Winners and losers, past government shutdowns and how they ended. Here's every shutdown and funding gap, and how they ended, since the current budgeting system was enacted in 1976, based on information from the Congressional Research Service and media reports. Shutdown end dates were compiled using the final day of the shutdowns as a marker, instead of the day the government reopened, September 30, 1976 to October 10, 1976, 10 days. President Gerald Ford's overfunding for the Departments of Labor and Health, Education and Welfare is overridden by the Democrat-controlled Congress. October 1, 1977 to October 12, 1977, 12 days, the Democrat-controlled House and Senate in a fight over loosening Medicaid restrictions on abortion. They eventually agree to keep negotiating, November 1, 1977 to November 8, 1977, 8 days, and in a fight over loosening Medicaid restrictions on abortion. They eventually agree to keep negotiating, December 1, 1977 to December 8, 1977, 8 days, and finally, October 1, 1978 to October 17, 1978, 18 days, President Jimmy Carter because of wasteful spending on a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier and a public works project. Both are later removed. October 1, 1979 to October 11, 1979, 11 days, another House fight over, which ends with Congress getting a 5% raise. November 21, 1981 to November 23, 1981, 3 days, President Ronald Reagan vetoes an emergency spending bill because it doesn't contain enough cuts. More cuts are added after federal workers are for the first time. September 30, 1982 to October 1, 1982, 1 day, Congress didn't pass bills in time, but went ahead with it the White House and a pricey fundraiser. 12/18/82 December 20, 1982, 3 days, the Democrat-controlled House successfully Reagan's desire to fund the MX missile project. November 11, 1983 to November 13, 1983, 3 days, Reagan gets his, but Democrats get other defense cuts. October 1, 1984 to October 2, 1984, 2 days, Reagan and the Democrats over a crime bill Reagan wanted and the water project he didn't. October 4, 1984, 1 day, after another brief shutdown, Reagan gets his and the water project is tossed. October 17, 1986, 1 day, a fight over ends in compromise. December 19, 1987, 1 day, Reagan and the Democrats strike a deal to contra militants in Nicaragua, which Dems had resisted. 10/6/90 October 8, 1990, 3 days, President George H.W. Bush refuses to sign a continuing resolution unless it's paired with a deficit reduction plan. He. 11/14/95 November 18, 1995, 5 days, President Bill Clinton and Republicans spar over provisions to raise Medicare premiums and balance the budget in a shutdown sparked in part because House Speaker Newt Gingrich by having to exit Air Force One from the back of the plane after a trip to Israel. They eventually agree to keep negotiating. 12/16/95 January 5, 1996, 21 days, the negotiations didn't go well, leading to the in U.S. history. Clinton gets the balanced budget plan he wanted. October 1, 2013 to October 16, 2013, 16 days, a Republican bid to defund President Barack Obama's Affordable Care Act after a shutdown that cost the country an estimated $24 billion. January 20, 2018 to January 22, 2018, 3 days, the government shuts down after by Democrats to force protections for so-called dreamers from President Donald Trump. February 9, 2018, 1 day, a procedural tactic used by RKY, results in the government unofficially shutting down for 9 hours. 12/22/18? After the Senate passes a clean budget, Trump demands for his proposed wall on the southern border. The Democrats refuse, leading to a stalemate. Dari Gregorian writes for NBC News.